One step closer each and every time we talk about it. We're one step closer to getting rid of the rain, and remember, we're going to have a beautiful Memorial Day weekend in store. Took the camera there at 7th and Rangeline, pointed it down to the south, because when we get to the radar, you'll notice that it's void of any rain, but then you look at that dark cloud on the horizon right there and you go, okay. Mother Nature appears a far cry from being over. As a matter of fact, she does not want to give up in southwest Missouri, that is for sure. This line of intense rain, part of a cold front that's passing through right now, advancing off to the north-northeast, still sweeping from Branson, then right through Springfield, all the way up north of Nevada over I-49. Stockton in the midst of it as well. This is going to be our greatest concern for possibly some flash flooding with the amount of rain that is dropping currently as we speak. Then as we transition over into southeast Kansas, shower activity that we've had all morning long. Good eastwardly push, so now those two bands are connected. This is what I was talking about, a little patch just south of Joplin, but of course we've got more rain that's eventually going to move in from the south. When we look at that band that we were talking about, we've seen an increase in our 48-hour precipitation totals, now moving up about 1.5 inches. Most of southwest Missouri was still sitting in about that 1/10 to 1/4 of an inch early this morning, but now we're going to see that pile up. Of course, portions of southeast Kansas easily 1.5 to 2 inches. And then as we drop south of I-44, this is where we had our flood watches this morning for Newton, McDonald, and Berry County. However, National Weather Service has allowed those to expire. It's going to be a while, though, before some of our rivers expire, namely the Osage, Little Osage, those running all the way until 2:30. But speaking of some good river news, all we have left on the Neosho River is a flood advisory down by Commerce and Miami. Well, of course, yesterday, that was a flood warning that stretched through every gauge you could think of, whether it be Oswego, Parsons, Chanute. Those were all part of that warning. That has now been allowed to expire, and currently no watches, advisories, or warnings throughout southeast Kansas. Give you an idea here exactly where everything down to the south is coming. We really have seen everything lighten up, as it is still shower activity that's going to be headed our way and dominate us for the rest of the day into tomorrow. But minus our one line of the yellow, the red, and the orange that we're seeing right there, not a whole lot down to the south that looks like it wants to bubble up on us and come bite us. And that's why the severe thunderstorm risk map, once again, everything shifts to the east. Great Lakes, southeast, that's going to be the greatest threat for severe thunderstorms. But now that we've got a better reading on the rain that we've picked up ever since the weekend was here, take that 10.5, add that 0.62, 2022 going to end up about the 5th wettest May on record at Joplin Regional Airport. Now, we talked a little bit about that cold front that was spawning that line of definitive rain. And so while we see 63 in Joplin and we're not going to have much movement, look at the warmer temps on the backside of the cold front. You work up to the northwest, Stockton already sitting at 70, Nevada at 69, but everybody down here to the southwest of it probably not going to have much motion as far as temperatures go. Big ridge at the trough of the jet stream digging down there. They've already had severe thunderstorm warnings and even tornado warnings for the deep southeast earlier this morning. And now on the severe thunderstorm risk map, that's that other batch that we talked about that's going to hang over the Great Lakes. As far as for us, it's going to be the stall out and then the counterclockwise rotation. Stalling out this afternoon, heavy rain west of us, throughout central Kansas, really, and then watch this thing begin to turn and turn and turn. Now, eventually, that's going to be a good thing because it's going to push off to the east through central Missouri. But our timeline here is going to take a little bit to get there. That is for sure. Thursday night, we can push all of it out. Wake up Friday, a little bit chilly. Friday afternoon, we won't know what to do with ourselves. We're going to have sunshine and temperatures in the 70s. Speaking of not knowing what to do, what are we going to do with consecutive days of sunshine and temperatures in the 80s? It's been a while since we can say that, since we've been talking about close to record-breaking May rainfall. But that's exactly what we'll have, Tanya, for Memorial Day weekend.
All right.
So I think we're going to end up 5th wettest at Joplin. I'm going to put us about 6th or 7th wettest in Parsons. Chanute, on the other hand, even with the rain that they've had in southeast Kansas, probably not going to crack the top 10.
All right. And, you know, even though it's not going to be raining over Memorial Day, you got to be aware all the rain that we've had leading up to it, it's going to affect those water levels wherever you're at.
It's going to affect the water levels, but not the humidity. We're going to get lucky. Big dry air mass moves in. Not going to be a whole lot of difference between temperature and heat index.
Best thing I've heard all day.
I tried to finish on some good news.
All right. Thanks, Michael.